Good morning. This video is about the operational expense log. I realized looking at the link that I needed to update this to make it more useful and helpful. Uh, Most of our centers complete this 100% correctly. Just use this as a reference. This is for centers that still need help with this. Hopefully you can see the screen. I tried to blow it up to 400%. I'm going to go through each section. As if I was a staff member completing it. I'm also the owner and director of this specific child care center. First section is employee name, staff member name. I'm going to type my name in this section. Okay. And if I scroll over, I can put my cursor in that box and I'm going to type my title. Specifically for CACFP purposes. Place my cursor inside that box. Now the correct way to insert the month and the year is exactly like this. For the month of May, I will put 5/2022, okay? So it's just 5/22, okay? Some of the logs come back and this isn't correct, but again, it's 5/22. Press enter and you'll see how it'll pop up. The year and the month, okay? So now let me scroll back over and start at the top of this sheet right here. So looking at an actual calendar, date 1 represents May 1st. However, May 1st is on a Sunday. So what I typically do for this child care center, let's say they open at 6 a.m., they close at 6 p.m., I have to manually put the hours in. From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. is 12 hours, okay? Now, even though May 1st is a Sunday, I always start my logs out on the first line, no matter what. And I'll fix it later on. 3 areas I want to check off is serving the meals. POS means completing paperwork. Cleanup means exactly what it is. We don't check off these is because we have a contracted meal provider that does this. They plan, they shop, and they prepare, and they deliver, okay? Now, the correct way to actually complete this is maybe you have a staff member that just does paperwork. They would only check this off. Maybe you have staff that deals with the food solely, and they don't do paperwork. Then you would just click service and cleanup, okay? But it's okay if you click on all 3. Right here, I'm just going to put the abbreviations of the meals and snacks that are actually coming to my center. For this particular purpose, I'm just going to do breakfast, lunch, PM snack. Some of our centers get AM snack, you will put AM. Some of our centers get supper, you will put that, okay? EV doesn't, that's like for something totally separate. So the only symbols you're dealing with is BK to S, which is supper. Good rule of thumb is to put an hour in for each. So if I put an hour in for breakfast, lunch, and PM, I have 3, okay? And you notice when I do, I'm not going to click enter yet, but you see this is 12. Total hours my center is open. I put in 3 for total CACFP hours. Once I click enter, the last column will change. Now notice I don't touch the last column because the last column has formulas in it for the entire Excel. If I click inside this box, you see a formula, okay? Click inside this box, you see a formula. So I never touch this last column. I'm just going from there, and I'm going to total CACFP hours worked. Now here's what I do, because I help a lot of centers with this sheet, and they always say, why did you get this to me so fast? Starting with day 1, I'm just going to highlight all the way over. Again, I'm not going to touch that last column because it's going to change my formulas, right? So if I highlight that first column, I click copy, right? Now I could go right here, and I'm going to highlight that second column, And I'm gonna go all the way down the sheet to the last column or the last row, click paste, right? Double click out. See that whole thing is complete, right? Now what I want to do is I'll go through after I filled in everything and just delete my weekends. Remember, I'm sorry, because I blew the screen up is a little bit harder, but I want you to see it. Date 1 is, remember, Sunday. Okay, so date 2 is May 2nd, which is a Monday, through date 6, May 6th, which is a Friday. Okay, looking at my calendar, I know the 7th and the 8th. If I go all the way over, let me just wipe this down a little bit so I can see it better. Okay. Let me get out of there. So if I go down to 7 and 8 and scroll over, I'm going to just press delete to delete the weekends. I know date 9 through date 13 is May 9th through May 13th, Monday through Friday. I know 14 and 15 represents my Saturday and Sunday again. Again, I'm not going to touch the last column. I'm just going to press delete and get rid of those weekends. Date 16 through date 20 represents May 16th through May 20th, Monday through Friday. Now, most of our centers right now only receive meals Monday through Friday. So, again, I'm going to click over, get rid of those weekends. And this is probably my last full week. Date 23 to date 26, May 23rd through May 27th, okay? May 23rd, May 27th, Monday through Friday. So I know date 28, date 29 is going to be my weekend again, okay? So I delete that. So the last 2 days I'm left with is date 30, date 31, which represents May 30th, Monday, May 31st, Tuesday. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. Okay, you can save it in your computer, anything you want. Make sure you save it as Excel workbook. You know, put whatever title you want on it. I saved it earlier. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save it as a PDF because the bottom section has to be completed manually. Okay, the way the state created this template is they want you to complete the bottom section. This is just a PDF I saved. But they, from here, employee name, employee signature and date, the box, and the last signature and date line, they want you to do that. So again, it's from here, line 1 inside the box, all the way across, signature and date. But you'll see when I pull it up in I have software that I use, PDF Filler, that I use to create illustrations. So I'm going to pull it up, PDF Filler, just to show you how to complete the bottom section. Okay, it's there. I saved it as a PDF. I'm going to pull it up. Now, with this log, again, one of these should be completed for every staff member at the center that's serving meals or completing paperwork. With all state sponsors, PDF is specifically looking at this going forward. If they ever do a virtual audit or they come by your center and they see someone serving meals or see someone completing paperwork and we don't have one of these on record, they're going to cite us for that, and they're going to cite the center for that as well. So with this, remember I said I'm the staff and the director. My name is at the top, because I'm the one completing the log for myself. And I'm going to type my name at the bottom, okay? I'm the staff member completing it. Since we're dealing with May, I'm going to put May 31st, 2022. I'm also going to put that date in the last section too. Now, if I was a staff member under an owner, and I'll get to that right now, but let me complete line 1 inside the box. So with this operational expense log, you see the total CACFP hours is 66. I'm going to put that total hours worked. I'm just going to carry that over into line 1. You can make up whatever wage you want. It doesn't matter. This log is just used so we have something on record for funds that we pass to the center. Like right now, we're probably the only state sponsor that provides a food agreement, which is basically supplying the meals and the snacks, the milk and everything else. But under a food agreement, that's all you're supposed to do. The way our state sponsorship is set up, we have funds left over each month when we file claims for each center. So when we pass over that leftover funding, the state created this template for our sponsorship to use and other sponsors that may be like us. So we have something more on record. That's why it doesn't matter what you put in here. What matters is that we have something more on record when they see the funds leaving our bank account and going to your center. So it goes 66 times 8 equals 528. So I'll put that in here. Now, again, because I use PDF Filler for illustrations, we actually use it for CACFP household applications. So we have a lot of signatures in here. So I'm just going to scroll down, find my signature. Since this is, again, my log, I'm the staff member. I print my name, I sign it, I date it. Now, because I'm the owner and director as well, I'm going to sign it and date it at the bottom. Now, if this was one of your staff members or one of my staff members for this center, it would be a different name here and here. But then I would sign at the bottom, okay, as the owner and director. It would be a different name here, a different signature here, a different name here for the staff member. But as the owner and director, just remember the owner and director always needs to sign the bottom. If the owner and director is completing it for themselves, they sign here too and put their name here. But the owner and director should always sign the very bottom and date it. All right. Hopefully this is helpful. I'm going to make sure I replace the link in the reminder email that goes out on Friday, Monday, and the morning of June 1st, which is the submission date. And it'll be in subsequent emails going forward. If you have any questions, just shoot us an email. Thank you.